I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a fairly intriguing matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. With that, let's head inside the Ford Field in Detroit. We're standing by are the two men who will bring you this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from Ford Field. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
Matthew Stafford is a big-arm guy who's learned how to temper some of his throws. Actually has added a lot more touch and accuracy as his career has gone along. Big-time confidence in his arm, though. Any throw you want, he can make it.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line. Hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Stafford. This one complete to Lacy. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. And time to take a look at the Jaguar defense.
Calais Campbell is one of the tallest defensive ends in the league. Has the ability to get low and play the run, and adds excellent kick blocking ability.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay, that's complete. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Crunch time, defense.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Martin to punt it away for Detroit. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. They'll be led out by Gardner Minshew, 6th-round selection in 2019 out of Washington State. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. Oh, he's going to take a he's got a man, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, 85 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play calling, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And they get it down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Now Stafford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Let's bring it.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Here's Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Going to give this time to the tailback. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Pass from Stafford, caught by Amendola. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Stafford on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Throwing again is Stafford. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Calais Campbell able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And here now is the Jaguars' all-time leading scorer in another uniform. He had over 1,000 points for the Jags. Josh Scobie, a 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And now a look at the offense for Jacksonville.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts will get plenty of opportunities to try and score again.
Here I come again.
Off play action, it's Minshew. And that's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
Here we go again.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
50, 180, check 56. You run.
On second down now. It's Johnson, and he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
50. Blue 60. 56. Get ready.
Now Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Stafford now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
I'm going back to you.
Here's Johnson. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ready. 280. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. He'll get this one to Galladay. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Stafford delivers this to Hawkinson, and he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the 50, it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
Well, that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another first down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
Stafford now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Lady! Yeah. Hey, we got time right. Hey. 4 down.
On first down, Stafford here. And it's caught here, Amendola. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the red zone now, Stafford. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Stafford. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Prater's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. Well, they started that drive all the way back at the 1, able to march down, get 3.
It was daunting to begin with, wasn't it? But I thought overall, a very poised and efficient drive to get 3 points.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on second down. Minshew, man open as Keelan Cole, complete. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Ready? 50, plant.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch. Kill, kill, kill.
Shoot.
Fournette, a first down carry. And 3 yards there, takes him to the 45.
Jacksonville. Deshaun Robinson on the stop. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7 at the 45-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7. On the draw, this is Fournette. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
A draw play is called because you think you've either found a gap or you're using the aggressiveness of the defensive line against itself. Not on that play. Totally controlled the middle of the field. Offense had nowhere to go with the ball.
Ready.
Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
When a linebacker's able to sit at the second level and see things develop in front of him, as soon as he got a hint that the quarterback was checking it down, he just made a beeline directly for the receiver and ended up making the play.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. He was able to escape momentarily in the backfield, but you could just kind of tell that wasn't going anywhere.
You know, in the film session, he'll get a minus for not getting him on the ground by himself. But what the coach is really going to analyze, how fast did his teammates get there to help him? If one guy slows him up, everyone else better be there, and that's what they got on that play.
The Lions on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is third and 7. A carry now for McKissick. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. but he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Night, sweetheart.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I'm on. Sponge. No.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And it's incomplete. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
And, yep, as a result, knocks it down. The Lions on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. Throwing is Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Jesse James. Incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him, sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Now Leonard Fournette, limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21.
Jared Davis on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Deep grip.
Out of the gun is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Here's Logan Cook now, standing just about on his own goal line. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
First and 10 at the 47.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Stafford gives to Johnson on the draw. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Not today, you are. Not today.
On 2nd down and 4. Stafford. Amendola's got it. Complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Stafford now to throw. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
40, set, 180. Check, check. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Move it on.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
60. 56. Hey, I'm coming.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down. They held him in check in the 1st half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the 1st half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic 1st down.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Here's Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
A 37-yard attempt.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw it, Minshew. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a first down pickup of 8.
First down, Jaguars.
Ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Go.
On the run, it's Fournette. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Ready? 8, read. I got one. Get it.
And his throw here is incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. 3rd down here.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter. A lot of time to change things. Off play action, it's Minshew. He sets to fire deep, and that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now Stafford, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there, and it'll be second down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run with McKissick. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Set! 250! Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And Amendola with a catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try and go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision, because they do have the final call now.
Stafford's pass, complete to Amendola.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. A pass complete here to Conley, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville, and a first down as well.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about that little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Come on, boys, come on.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Throwing on second down now, Minshew. His throw incomplete. Marquise Lee, the intended target, and it's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This is Fournette. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of two. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. But one more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Ready? 70, Indy. Me and you all day. Ready?
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrett Davis coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Escapes the defender. Touchdown, Detroit! 72 yards on the punt return, and the Lions are able to extend their lead.
When you got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Now Matt Prater for the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. On 2nd and 2, Minshew. Caught here by Conley. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 45-yard line.
Ready, set.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, you got 3, you got 3.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Looking sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver was set to Valve. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Here I come.
Fournette, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Minshew throwing on third down. And that is incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this away as he'll wisely, I'd say, angle this to the sideline. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And watch the line. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Allen. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They will run it. It's McKissick. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Brings up third down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Check, 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 check.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
51 to mine. Stop your whining. 5.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Minshew. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. He's got the hook up with Conley. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
A 28-yard gain. And the Jaguar first down.
This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Had some momentum going, driving down the field. That'll set him back 1st and 15.
I mean, that type of play, when you've got to go in your direction, shoot, my man Old Mo is arching an eyebrow at him right now. You've got me going.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. An 18-yard touchdown grab as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Lambo to add on the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So that drive, 4 plays. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they would get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
Ready?
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Stafford. And it's caught here, Amendola. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down. They'll run on first down. Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Watch the eye.
Here's McKissick, and an alley to run. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to him on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
250. Right there, 56. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back. On first down, it's Johnson, and he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And he's got it. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Jaguars getting set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
I got you. Now.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. That's about as good as a linebacker can diagnose that play, isn't it?
It certainly is, and what he did really well is that while he was diagnosing, he got his feet in motion without actually going anywhere and taking a false step that he had to make up later. He read it, got his feet in motion, and then he just took off and made the play.
Set, ready? 18 Gator.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Get it.
Now Fournette. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
On the carry for Jacksonville. Christian Jones got him down. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Let's go. Pick it up, dude.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Well, partner, they've been running it well the entire game, and the big guys up front, they're a huge reason why. And now they're reaping the benefits as they continue to open up big holes and gain nice yardage.
Set. 180.
Mops 56.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
To throw is Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Here's Sam Martin now, standing just outside his own goal line. Fielded at about the 28. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Push him back. Push him back. Ready, ready.
They'll run it again with Fournette. 9 yards the pickup there, and it's a 1st down.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
1st down, Jaguars.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's a give to Fournette. Call it a gain of 2 as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now at Ford Field. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Minshew. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
So that one will be accepted.
Automatic 1st down.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Fournette. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Lions' 17-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. A handoff to Fournette. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Well, it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's go now. 50, plant. 40 the mark. I don't think you got it, son. Now.
Running it with Armstead. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
Well, we got a little bit of everything on that run. Offensive line creating some space, but how about the guy running behind his pads into the end zone?
What does that mean when a guy says running behind his pad?
Means that he's going to be a physical runner. That way he's able to use his shoulder pads, his forearms, anything to ward off people to power his way forward.
Lambo on for the extra point. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score Lions 23.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So here come the Lions now. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. They're going draw play. Stafford to Johnson. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the Jaguar first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Minshew to throw. The open man is Westbrook. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Out of bounds at his own 49-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go, D.
A handoff, Fournette running left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun is Minshew. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Here we go.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Ready up. 51, Mike, 51. I'm not ready. 51, 5.
On the draw, this is Fournette. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
18 Gators.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Mike Daniels in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for a 4th quarter lead. The kick by Lambeau is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make this a second down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
Stafford. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Now, that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got Amendola on the connection. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Minshew sets to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
Ready? 90, Wolf. You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing today. Get it. What up?
Off play action, it's Minshew. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route, well run, and the football, right on the money.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, 4th quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
We're about to find out.
The wide receiver, the ball carrier. A gain on the play. First down, Jaguars.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again, Minshew looking to throw. Into the hands of his tight end, Jeff Swain. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll go play action here with Minshew. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. It'll be Minshew again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark the intended target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Looking to throw it, Minshew. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now Minshew. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down.
Strip that ball.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Amendola's got it, complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now it's Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Lions go for it on 4th. It's Stafford. And that is incomplete. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a play fake here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that should just about do it.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Set. 10 Lobo. Watch the pass. Come. Get it.
Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
Ready? 30 base.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but they were able to get the job done, and that's the bottom line.
No doubt about it. And let's face it, they had to be more than nervous in the fourth quarter. But a lot of that was their own doing. I think you observed during the game, their energy level just didn't seem to be there. But in the fourth quarter, somehow they dug deep and found that extra bit, right? That reserve tank. They hauled it out. Offense scored some points. Defense held them. And lo and behold, they walk away with a win. Maybe expend a little more energy than they expected to, but they'll take it.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Ford Field.